Have you been taking a little bit of action to increase your confidence in something? Well, today I'm going to talk to you about the difference between action and activity for rising up your confidence levels in anything. And if you stay until the end, I have an extra point for you then as well. Now, this is an essential thing I learned from one of my mentors, and it was the difference between action and activity. And I'll kind of share my experience. Lots of times I would, in different areas of my life, and I'll give examples, I would temporarily take a little bit of action and it boost my confidence a little bit, but then it just go back. So for example, I'd read a book about social skills and I'd apply a little bit of it. Like I walk up to someone in a different stance or change the tone, my voice, and I feel, well, I feel a bit more confident. Yeah, I'd do that and for a bit, and then I'd go back to how I was before and I wouldn't have as much confidence. I've done that in like business as well. I really put some action in, and then maybe I got a couple of clients or whatever, and I'll go back to me and I'll be like, business isn't doing so well. And then I realized this in the areas where I've had real continuous success and a high level of confidence as a result of that, or wow, alongside that, it's where I had activity, consistent activity. Now, what is the difference between action and activity? And what's going to be the difference? Action is something you do like one off, maybe a couple of times, you know. It's like, right, I want to go to the gym. I want to get fit and healthy. Typical New Year thing, and I've used this example many times. You go, right, I'm going to get a gym membership and then go to the gym. That's a good couple. That's a good couple of actions, 100%. Well done, right? If you do those two, do you stay, just those two, do you stay in shape, healthy and energetic if you stop those actions after then? No. The staying healthy and energetic and in shape comes from consistently going to the gym. And that's what activity is. Activity is repeated action. And for me, every time I hear something, there may be, now and then there are like one-off actions, like me finishing my tax returns a one-off action, which is quite a painful action if I'm totally honest, but I feel confident after I do it, right? But me making a podcast and being very confident at podcasting, people are like, how are you so confident podcasting? Because I have continuous activity. I make 5 podcasts every single week. Now, it didn't start like that. I'd like make 1 or 2, and then I made 3, and then I made 5, and I'm up to 7. Now I'm back to 5 again because I'm running 2 podcasts at the moment. So I make like 10 episodes a week at the moment. It's a bit crazy, but I love it, right? So that's why I've been really confident in things like by running. If I go running once and then go to do a half a marathon like I did the other day, will I be successful? Well, it might not be a complete disaster, but it won't be anywhere near as successful as if I properly consistently train for it with regular running activity and fitness activity, right? So if I go, right, I'm going to run a half marathon, right, I'll go running once, like 3 months before, and then I'll turn up on the day, right? That's not going to give me a result. And this sounds silly, right? But this is mentally, this applies as well. It's like, well, I'm really working on my mindset, right? So what you do is you do meditation for like maybe a few days and you stop. That's not consistent activity. The power comes from activity. The confidence comes from activity. And we're going to go into this today. And I'm going to give you some pointers, very simple ones, because complexity, as Tony Robbins said, is the enemy of execution. And I'll ask you this: how does it help you if you've like done something once and then you stopped? Probably doesn't feel very good because you don't have the confidence, you don't have the momentum, you don't keep going, right? And I've been certainly guilty of this. Like, it's like, right, I'm going to meditate. Okay, I've meditated once, right? Now I've stopped. I'm not getting the benefits, right? No, I need the activity of meditating, right? So I've definitely been guilty of this, right? So here are some things to consider when you're really wanting to up your confidence levels in something with activity. The first thing is asking yourself what and why you want something. Very simple one, but often missed, right? If we don't know where we're going, how do we know what to work on, right? You need to be very clear on where you want to go and why you want it. Right? I want to hit this weight. Great. Why do you want to do that? Fantastic, right? I want to get a new relationship, right? Great. Why do you want to do that, right? you want to get X amount of money a month, right? Right, that's amazing. Why do you want to do that? Okay, fantastic. And you're asking why, so you're not just giving conditioned responses from society or copying off someone else, which is very easy to do because we live in a world with social media. It's like, you want this, you want this, you want this, and very good marketers out there, believe me. And actually, they're quite good to role model sometimes, but do it in the right intention. Right, the next question, when you clear when you want, what's the activity? So what you're going to do consistently in order to do that, and what you're going to do is just focus on the activity. Don't get attached to the outcome, get attached to doing the activity. Now, if you miss it, like one day, make sure you definitely do it the next day, because if you miss 2 days in a row, that is a bit of a disaster. So what is the activity you're going to do consistently? And then the third thing, celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate every time you do the activity, because you're going to naturally want to do more of it. Okay, now I've got an extra point for you as well, and it's this: create a system. A system is when you're setting yourself up to win. Something very simple. So for example, going to the gym every day. A system is putting your water bottle out and your gym clothes out the night before, right? Make it very, very easy. Maybe you've got a reminder. You get someone to call you to go to the gym as accountability. Accountability is a system, right? You want to lose weight. Well, you got a load of junk food in your apartment or home, right? A system would be to get rid of that and have decent food in your home, right? You want to earn a certain amount of money, right? A system would be to get someone, maybe someone to check in on you, and then have a certain amount of numbers of reach out, of messages, of posts you want to put out every single day, or networking events you want to go to every single week. That would be a system. So putting stuff into a system is really going to, so a system is basically putting structure around activity. So that's, for me, has really boosted my activity. So I have a system around podcasting, for example. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I almost don't even need to read my list of things to do, because I know, well, I don't most of the time, because I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to write the scripts. I know I am then going to record, and I know I am then going to schedule my podcast. Now, sometimes it's a bit of a tweak, and I might do it daily rather than weekly, but I generally have that system in place. It gives me a lot of confidence around it. And that might be a little bit of trial and error, but just begin with an initial system. So that's what I got for you today. The difference between action and activity for your confidence in any area of your life. I appreciate you for being here. You're improving other people's lives by being the best you. And remember, you are in control of your own self-esteem and confidence.